how's it going? Welcome to another episode of the Jongravesshow. Dragon Ball Super was pretty okay, and it's something that really did sort of paint a little bit more of Chi-Chi's character to me, and it sort of makes me understand why she is the way she is, especially since, or at least even harking all the way back to the Third World Martial Arts Tournament when she met up with Goku again. And before I get into that, let me go ahead and just talk about, okay, what happened in this episode. Gohan and Hercule are pretty much playing with Pan this episode, insinuating that 9 months has already gone by. Or at least I would assume not. I'm not pretty sure how many months pregnant Videl was when Beerus showed up. But looking at how things are, though, it's like, yeah, Pan is born now, and I believe she's around maybe 1 or so. She may not even be 1. But Hercule and Gohan are being good grandparents and father, by playing with Pan as what's name's pretty much like living her life, and like she's being like a happy housewife and stuff like that. And pretty much this is like the first episode to actually like harken like what Gohan is doing in his life right now. He is a scholar. He is a very prominent businessman, pulling in a lot of money for like himself. And also, he still has time to become a superhero, to be the Great Saiyan Man, and still go out and fight crime. Which is actually really actually, that's a hard-ass life to have. But they thinking about how fucking, like, Chi-Chi, she comes over and she sees them playing with Pan and shit. She's like, you shouldn't be throwing the baby in the air. You know nothing about that. And Hercule's pretty much saying that he wants Pan to become a martial artist like him, because he wants her to take after him and shit like that. And of course, what's name, and like she takes Pan and Videl and locks themselves in like a room and shit. Whereas it cuts over to Bulma, who just got a brand new haircut, and she's trying to like still like hang out. She hangs out with Whis every now and again, and somehow she runs into Krillin, who is a cop now, and he gives her a fucking ticket because she ran in upon his territory. After they go and they get and they do talk to Pan and everybody else, and bringing Bulma and having her go in the room and talk to Chi-Chi and getting all that shit sorted out, Bulma lets it slip that fucking Vegeta went off with he went off to go train with Whis for about 6 months now. So looking at what happened last time, 6 months has gone by. But the most important part of this conversation that I really wanted to talk about was the part where Chi-Chi is talking to Videl and Bulma about the kid's future and how that the men that they don't understand. And this is a very important conversation, or at least I feel that it is so, because it's something that always really sort of bothered me when Gohan was coming up. And it was a thing of Chi-Chi always wanted to tell Gohan he needs to be a scholar, he needs to have a wonderful future, he needs to have this and that. But then she goes ahead and then, or at least Chi-Chi says that Pan can't be a martial artist because her future has to be better than what it is. But Videl pretty much drops the ball of saying she was a martial artist when like she was a kid. She fucking studied martial arts, and we all fucking know that. And also, when you really think about it, it's like, okay, she studied martial arts, and yes, she did want to do girly things as well, but when she did get into high school, she was doing girly things. She had a whole bunch of fucking friends. She did have a girly girl friend over there who that she did like to hang out with a lot, even though we didn't see that a lot. You still sort of got that fucking impression from her. And also, up on top of that, she had a fucking kid. That is like the most girly thing ever. Or at least like she went from being how Chi-Chi is now to reverting back to what Chi-Chi was when she first met Goku as like a 12-year-old girl. So she's way more calm, and she is way more feminine, and she does actually sort of paint the picture of she's a calm woman. So that's sort of what she has. It's like and of course, it's like Chi-Chi, she does actually agree, but then cutting into that a little bit more, when Goku left to go with Whis, of course Chi-Chi was mad, but then she turned around and then she just accepted it. Because, again, she had to deal with her husband dying, I believe, twice now. Actually, yeah. She had to deal with him dying twice, and actually leaving 3 times. Actually 3 times through death, because he did come back and then fade away. And it's something of like, I see why the reason why, man, she trains him the way, or it's like she is hard on Gohan the way how she is not necessarily because she's a bad mother or because she's an Asian parent. It's nothing like that. But like, she does have that element in there. The thing about it is, though, is just really the woman is actually really, really fucking lonely. And that is the thing of like, her husband's always gone training. The only person that she can necessarily hang out with is most likely Piccolo. And really looking at some other shit, though, is like she lives far out in the fucking woods. Her father doesn't always come around, and she rarely hangs out with friends. So I can see why she would have a problem with Gohan training as much as he does, and her wanting him to stay in the house and actually like deal with book stuff. And honestly, that could be one of the reasons why she's a little bit more calmer than what she is now, especially since Goten was born, because that's how some parents are. They're hard on their first child, but then when the second one comes around, they're real calm. Sorry for making this shit 7 minutes. I'm gonna wrap this shit up. Chi-Chi's lonely, Goku's doing his thing, and I really did like the fact that they did talk about like all the family shit. But that is what I gotta say about that. Please tell me what you think about it down there in the comment section. I'll catch you guys on the next John Grave Show. Please keep watching anime, keep playing video games. I'm out.